Welcome into the video. I am your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm bringing you my full new user guide on the Samsung Galaxy A16. This is a compilation of every video that I've shot on this phone, and basically you can watch this one video and you can learn everything you'll need to know about using this phone. We're going to start with a beginner's walkthrough. From there, we'll switch to some really helpful tips and tricks. Then I'll move into some camera tips and tricks, show you how to really take some great pictures. From there, we'll show you how to install the memory card so you can expand your storage. We'll show you how to take a screenshot, how to print, what to do if your screen starts to glitch, and finally we'll end with how to factory reset the phone. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. Let's go ahead and get started. On the right side of the phone, you'll find the volume up, volume down button, and the power standby button. Now this is also going to be your fingerprint reader as well. So you're going to program this to be able to unlock the phone using your fingerprint. And I'll link right here to a video where I go over the process of how to set up that fingerprint reader and a lock screen passcode. On the left side of the phone, there are no buttons, but there is your SIM card tray. Now this is where you'll take out your carrier SIM card. And if you wanted to expand your storage, you can also add a micro SD card in this slot. I also have a video going over how to insert that memory card and how to program the phone for it, and I'll link that video right here as well. At the bottom of the phone, you'll find your charging port, which is a USB-C charging type. Now, as you know, your phone did not come with that USB wall charger, but I'll link one on screen right here. That's a great recommendation from Anker. They make really great charging bricks, and they will charge your phone nice and quick. Okay, so those are the main buttons on the phone. Now let's talk about how to unlock the phone and how to use the interface of the phone. Now when the screen is blank just like this means that the phone is asleep, it's not off. All you have to do is tap the screen twice and it will wake up the phone. Take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag up the screen like this, and that will unlock the phone. Now, right now, there is no password on the phone, but you can add a passcode so that when you swipe, you do have to enter a code or a password to get in to help secure the phone. Okay, so let's go over navigating the screen. And the main things you'll need to know about navigating the screen are these three buttons here. You have a home button, a recent apps button, and you have a back button. Now, before I get into those buttons, I just want to give a quick explanation. So I'm going to be using the term app a lot, and app is basically short for application. Think of it like a computer has programs, phones have applications, or apps for short. So when I refer to an app, I'm referring to applications or essentially the programs of the phone. Now, these icons that are on the screen here, these are all apps, and they take you to different functions on the phone. So here we have the phone app, which you use to make calls. This is your messaging app. This is your web browser, Google Chrome, that you can go into to go to websites and see different things on the internet. This is your camera app. This is what you'll use to take pictures. Those are just a few of the apps that are on the phone. And in the next couple of sections, I'll show you where to find all the apps on the phone and also how to download apps. But for now, let's talk about these three buttons right here, because those are going to help you to navigate the phone. Starting with the home button, when you press this button, it takes you to this screen, which is called the home screen. So whenever you go into a program, when you're finished and you want to get back to the main screen or the home screen, you're going to tap the home button. So right now I'm going to go to Google Chrome, which is our web browser. And let's say I wanted to go to Amazon.com. I can tap in the search box and type in Amazon, or I can just tap the shortcut here. It'll take me to Amazon. Let's say you've done all your shopping on Amazon and you want to go back to the home screen. You're going to press your home button just like that, and it'll take you back to this screen. No matter what you're doing on the phone, if you want to get back to this screen, you press the home button. Now, sometimes you're not going to see the home button on the screen because there are certain apps that will do what is called a full screen. And if the phone is ever in full screen, you're not going to see the buttons. Don't worry about that. If that ever happens, you just need to swipe from the bottom of the screen. So start at the bottom and swipe up, and that will show the button so that you can press the home button. So that is your home button. Next, we're going to go over what is called the back button. All this does is take you back one step. So if I wanted to go to, for example, the settings on the phone, I'm going to swipe down from the top of the screen. So take my finger and I'm going to drag it down the screen. And in the upper right corner, you see this little wheel. This is the settings wheel. And if I tap on that, it's going to take me to the settings. And then let's say I were to select sound and vibration. So now I've just gone one step into the settings to sound and vibration. If I want to go back one step, I'm going to tap that back button. And tapping that will take me back one page. That's all that button does. It just takes you back one step. Now watch this. If I go to sound and vibration, and then I go to volume, now I'm 2 screens in to the settings, and I'm going to use that back button the same way. Take me back one page, take me back again. Now if I press it again and there's nowhere else to go, it's going to take me out of the app and just back to the home screen. So that's essentially what the back button does. Now on the left here, you'll have what is called your recent apps button. And when you press this button, it'll show you the last apps that you've had open. We had Google Chrome open and we had the settings open. Now I can use this as an easy shortcut to just get back to something I was looking at earlier. Recent apps, I'm going to swipe over and I'm going to go to Google Chrome. And now I'm right back on Amazon's website, which we were just looking at a few minutes ago. So this is an easy way to kind of pick up where you left off and look at apps that you are working on. Now, one important thing to note, if I open up one of these applications and then I hit the home button, that application or that app is still running in the background of the phone. That's why I can press this and go right back to Amazon, right? Now, if you want to close out an app because you're finished using it, you're going to hit the recent apps button, but you're going to drag up the screen and this actually closes out the programs, you see. So that's how you actually close everything that is running on the phone. Now you can do one by one, or you can just tap close all and that'll close all the apps at one time. So these are the main 3 buttons that you'll use to navigate the phone and the home screen. And just to show you, we're on this home screen, you can swipe left and you can swipe right, and there's different things that you'll see on the screen. When you're on the main screen and you swipe to the right, you get to your Google menu here, and this will recommend different articles and stories based on the things that you search on your phone. So it's a very useful feature to have. I use it to just check and see what is the latest in the news, and then I just swipe back when I'm all done. Okay. Now let's move on to what is called your control panel or your notification panel. So when we swipe down from the top of the screen, it brings us to this menu. And in this menu, the menu is primarily called the notification panel. Some call it the control panel. The reason being is in this bottom section, you're going to have notifications from your various apps. For example, if you have Facebook on your app and someone sends you a friend request, it's going to show up in this section. If someone were to send you a message on Facebook or like a post, it will show up in this section here. So all this does is keep you up to date on what is happening with the apps that are on your phone. If you get a new text message, it's going to show up in that menu. If you have a missed call, it's also going to show up in that menu as well. So this keeps you up to date to notify you on new things that are happening. If you ever want to go in and get more information, you just tap on one of those and it takes you right into the message. Okay? Let's swipe down again. Now, what you'll also find at the top here are what are called switches. These are switches that are shortcuts to the most frequently used settings on your phone. Okay? So first you have a Wi-Fi switch, which allows you to connect to your home Wi-Fi or a local public Wi-Fi. Now, when this is lit up in white, it means that your Wi-Fi is turned on. And if I tap it, it'll turn it off. So right now I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. Tap it again. Now it's lit up in white and it's on. And now I can look for a Wi-Fi network. Now, if you press and hold on that for 1 second, it'll bring up the menu and allow you to see all the available networks. So maybe you're out at a Starbucks and you want to connect to the Starbucks network. You would look for the one that says Starbucks. you would then tap on it, and then it would ask you to put in the password. Okay, to the right, you have your Bluetooth switch as well. And here I can turn it on if I want to connect to a Bluetooth device. For example, a Bluetooth speaker or Bluetooth headphones. You would find it in the list here and make sure your device is turned on and in the pairing mode. And then you'll tap on that device and then it will allow you to connect right to that device. Okay. Now, next you have your volume control. This is how you control the sound on the phone. And primarily, I mean the sound being on, vibrate, or sound off. So right now, there's a little slash that's over this little speaker icon, which means that the phone is on vibrate. If I tap it again, when this is totally grayed out, it means that the sound is turned off. If someone calls you or sends you a text message, the phone is not going to ring and it's not going to vibrate. Now, if you press the button again, now if you notice it made a little noise and there's no slash, you just see a speaker icon. That means that your sound is on, and if you get a call, the phone is going to ring, and if you get a text message, you're going to hear a ping sound. Now, you can also hold down on this speaker icon to go into the sound and vibration menu, and here you can make changes to your sound settings, more detailed changes. For example, if you want to change your ringtone, tap on ringtone. And here you can listen to all the other options that are available. Okay. Now, you can also change your ringtone volume. You might say, gosh, I wish the phone would ring louder when someone calls me. Well, now you have your ringtone volume right here, and you can drag this up to make it louder or drag it down to make it quieter. So that's your ringtone sound. Now, these are the other sound settings you have. Your notification sound, you can change that, your sound settings, and your general volume right here. So this is where you'll make more detailed changes in terms of volume. For example, media volume. When you're listening to music or you're watching a YouTube video, you can change that so that it'll show louder. You also have your system sound, which are when you tap on different settings, the sound that the phone will make. So that's just a general rundown of the main things you would need to know in terms of sound. Now, this is a good one to enable here. It says vibrate while ringing. This just means that when you get a phone call, the phone is going to ring and it's going to vibrate, which for some of you guys, your phone might be in your purse. You may not hear it ring, but you're going to feel it vibrate. So that might be something you want to turn on. Let's use our back button to go back. We're going to swipe down again. And here we have a few more options. You have a rotation, auto rotation, you have airplane mode, you have flashlight. If you tap on this, it'll actually use your camera flash as a flashlight, which is very useful. And then you have your brightness bar right here, which you can use to raise or lower the brightness of the phone. Now, this is normally set to auto, but you can also manually control it from here. Now, these are just a few of the switches that are available. If you, with your finger, if you drag down again, it'll bring up more switches. So now you have mobile hotspot, your GPS, power saving, quick share. So you have all these other options that are going to be available as well that you can use to control different functions on the phone. I just want to show you this one more time to make sure you really get it here. So we're on the home screen, swipe down once to bring up this menu, and we're going to swipe a second time to bring up those additional switches to control other functions on the phone. Okay? And this brings up some other cool things, like there's an eye comfort shield. If your eyes are starting to hurt because maybe you're looking at the phone too long, you can turn on eye comfort by tapping on that little icon right there, and then it'll help to dim down the screen so that it doesn't impact your eyes as much. Now, one more important thing I want to point out before we move on to the next section here. So we swipe down once to get to this menu. We swipe a second time. Now, when you swipe a second time in the upper right corner, you're going to notice something different. That settings wheel is always there, but now we have this button. This is actually your power button. And this is how you power the phone off. You tap on that power button, it'll take you to this menu, and you can use this to restart your phone, to trigger a restart, or to actually power the phone off altogether. So just as an FYI, because holding the power button is not going to power the phone off for you. You've got to swipe down, swipe again, and then tap on that power button right there. All right, guys, so I just want to pause really quickly and say if you're getting value out of the video, please stop and bump the like button down below. Again, that'll help to just show support for the video and help it to be shared out to more people. And I'm going to toss a case on the phone here because one of the things about this phone that's a little irritating is that it has the camera really sticks out, the lenses. And so when you put it on a table, the phone doesn't sit flat. But I found this nice case, and this is a really nice case that helps to keep the phone flat. It's clear. It also has a magnetic ring on the back, which allows you to use it with different MagSafe accessories. So if you're looking for a really nice case that's very simple, minimalistic, this is a great one, and I'll link it on screen right here. It is available on Amazon.com. In the next section, we're going to go over how to download applications and kind of learn a little bit more about how apps work. So we're on our home screen here. If you swipe up, take your finger and drag it up the screen, this will take you to what is called your app drawer. And in this drawer, you'll find all of the apps that are downloaded on the phone. So if you ever want to get to a specific app, you're just going to, on the home screen, swipe up and it'll be here. If you ever download a new app, it's going to show up in this section. And once it fills up, it will move to another page. And so when you swipe left, you'll be able to see more apps on another page. Now, if you want to download a new application, you'll want to go to the Play Store. This icon here, this is where all the apps are available. Now, there's two ways you can approach downloading apps for your phone. Sometimes you know exactly what you want to download, and other times you just want to see what's out there. I'm going to start with the first case, which is, hey, I already know what app I want. I just want to install it. In that case, you're going to come to the bottom and tap on the search button here. And then if you press it a second time, it'll bring up the keyboard so you can type in the name of the app. Now, to teach you a little shortcut, instead of typing in the name of the app, just go to the upper right corner and tap on this microphone, and you can just say the name of the app and it will automatically come up. Uber. This is also great when you don't know how to spell the name of the app. If you just say it, it'll usually find it for you. All right, there it is. So here is the Uber app. Now, you want to be careful here because if you notice, Uber wasn't the first app that came up, it's the second. The first app that came up is Lyft, which is a competitor to Uber. And right here it says sponsored. So it sometimes will show you ads when you're trying to search for something. So just keep that in mind. But this is the Uber app here, and I can tap on the app first, and I can look at pictures of what the app looks like and get a little understanding of is this the right app and do I like this app before I download it. Once you say you like it, you're going to tap on this blue button here to install it. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if this app was not free, instead of this saying install, it will show a price in this blue box. So if you ever see a price where it says install, it means that that is a paid app, and you just want to double check that that's the app that you want, because after 10 minutes, the app cannot be refunded. So this is the right app. I do want to download it, so I'm going to tap on that blue button. And first, it will download the app to the phone, and then it will begin to install it. There's nothing else you need to do at this point. You just need to let it download. When it's finished, this open button is going to light up and allow you to go right into the app. There we go. The app is now downloaded. So I can tap on that blue button that says open, and it'll take us right into the Uber app here. Now, guess what? I don't want to go any further with the app because I'm only downloading it as an example. I'm simply going to tap on my home button now to get back to the home screen. Now, how do I find the Uber app later if I want to use it? Well, we're going to swipe up, take us to our app drawer, and there is our Uber app. So It's just that easy to download an app to your phone, and you can download as many apps as you want as long as you have enough storage to do so. Next, I want to show you a really helpful tweak that will make the phone a bit easier to navigate. Now, if you swipe down from the top of the screen and in the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel, you're going to swipe down and go to advanced features. From here, swipe up and tap on where it says easy mode. Now from here, we're going to turn on the easy mode just by flipping this switch. And this is going to make the phone much easier to read and again navigate. If you notice, the size of the text got much larger. And if we hit the home button here, all of the icons on the home screen are now bigger. So we have our internet here, our gallery, everything is there, but everything is much larger. And instead of you having to swipe up to get to the apps, you can still do this if you want, but it will also give you an app drawer button that you can just tap to get to the page that has all the apps on the phone, and you can just swipe through to see all the apps. So for some of you, this is a great feature to enable because it'll just make everything easier to see. Okay, so you can always turn this off if you would prefer not to use it this way. In this section, we're going to go over how to make calls and how to answer the phone when someone calls you. Let's start with how to answer the phone. I'm going to initiate a call. Okay, so call's coming through. If you want to answer it, take your finger and put it on the green button and just drag up like this. To put the phone on speaker, you'll press the speaker button like this, and then you'll hear the call out loud versus just in the receiver. And if you want to add someone to the call, you'll press the add call button, and then it'll let you type in another phone number to add. And you can also switch between using the phone to answer the call. And when you're all done and you're ready to end the call, press the red button. Now that's how you stop the call. So that's what it will look like when a call comes through. Now let's go over how to make a call. Tap on the green button in the up bottom left corner. This is your phone button. You're going to go to keypad, and from here you can type in a phone number to call. Let me type in a number now. Here's a phone number, obviously area code, and then the number. Press the green button to initiate the call. Okay. And when the call connects, you'll see it begin to count up right here. Same options, speakerphone, mute, button to add a call, hold, and when you're all done, simply press the red button to end the call. Now, one helpful tip here is to program phone numbers into the phone so you don't always have to type in the number. So one way to do that is to add them as a contact. So let me show you the easiest way to do that. You'll type in a phone number. So I typed in this phone number, and let's say I want to save this number to the phone. I'm going to tap on the plus in the corner right here, and then it will give me the option to create a new contact. I'm going to tap create a new contact. Now the first thing it'll ask me is, where do you want these numbers to save? Always save them to the Google account, the one that has the G. I'm going to tap on the Google account and then type in the name. I've got the name programmed, the phone number. You can add another number by hitting the plus right here. You can also add other information, email. You can hit view more and you can add other pieces of information as detailed as you want it to be. When you're all done, hit the save button. And now Joe is saved into my phone. So that'll make it easier for me to call Joe next time. Now, the second thing you can do is in the upper right corner, you're going to tap on the three dots right here and tap on speed dial numbers. And here you can actually program folks into your phone as a speed dial. So all you have to do is press the appropriate number and it'll take you right to that contact. So I'm going to type in Joe, the number we just saved, Joe A, and then I'm going to select it. Now Joe is saved as my speed dial number 2. If I want to call Joe, I simply am going to go into the phone app, make sure I'm on the keypad, and just press the number 2. And now Joe is the first name that will come up right here. You see that? So I press the 2 and then I'm just going to press the green button. So all I'm going to do is tap on Joe. It'll add in his phone number and then I can press the green button to call Joe. So that is a brief rundown of saving contacts and also adding them as a speed dial to make it easier for you to get to numbers faster. Now, by the way, I put a different case on the phone. This is another really great case option here by F&T Case. It's a really rugged and durable case, has a really strong protection around the edges here, so this case could definitely take a drop. It has a privacy shutter for the camera, so you can actually hide the lenses on the rear, and it also has a kickstand. You just pop this out, and now you can prop the phone up like this, which makes it easy for watching videos. The phone can also, if you lock it down, you can stand it up in the portrait position as well. Just like this, you can stand it up. So just like this, I can stand it up straight or in the landscape position just like that. All right, I'll make sure to link that one on screen right here in case you're interested in this cool case. I'll also put all the cases in the description as well, just in case you want to look further into them. Next, let's talk about how to send text messages. So right next to the phone app is going to be the text messaging app. We're going to tap on that. To start a new message, you want to tap on the button in the bottom right corner. This is your new message button. And here, when you tap that button, it'll take you right to your contacts, and then you can select who you want to send a message to. You can type in their phone number or their name. Now, we just saved a number in here. We saved Joe A. So, hey, I want to send Joe A a message. Cool, there's Joe A. And I'm just going to tap on his contact information, and it's going to start a conversation with Joe. Now, if I want to begin typing in the message, I'm going to tap on text message and just type hi. And then right next to the hi, you'll see an emoji button. If you want to add one of these cool emojis, go to emoji. And then you can add one of these cool little emoji pictures like this, a little smile. And then to the right of the emoji icon is the send button. We're going to send off this message. So we just sent off a text message. And if you want to send something even funner, you can go to the left of text messaging right here. So this is the button you press if you want to send them a picture that's saved in your phone. Now, if you want to send like a GIF, one of those little animated pictures, hit the plus right here and tap on GIFs. And here we can find a fun one like maybe this one. And it's going to add that to the message, and then we're going to hit the send button. So you can go through and you can send little animated videos as well. Now I'm going to take a picture. I want to show you how to send a picture in the message. So we're going to, again, not the plus, but next to the plus, this little frame with a camera on it, tap on that. It's going to show you two things. It's going to show you this camera preview, and usually here it will show you if you have pictures that you've already taken, you can select something you've already taken and add it to the message. I'm going to take a new picture just by pointing it here and tapping on the white button. That's going to take a picture of that little leaf, automatically add it to the message, and then I'm going to hit the send button. Now I can send that along with the message. Now, if I tap on that button again, those pictures that I took, it saved them into the phone. So I could easily select them if I wanted to resend them a second time, and it'll add it to the message. You can also go to folders. And if you go to folders, it'll let you switch between the different albums you have on the phone. So if you have different albums of pictures, then you can select an album first and then find pictures to attach. So that's a brief rundown of how you send a text message. A cool shortcut that most people don't use, but that I think is really helpful. At the top here, there's a little phone button. Maybe you're texting someone and you just want to call them to finish the conversation. Tap on that phone button and it will jump right from the messages to dialing their phone number for a call. You can also tap on this button here if you would like to turn it into a video call. And then it will initiate a video call with that person. If that person has Google Chat, then they'll be able to video chat with you. Now, a few other cool things you can do with messages where it says text message, let's tap here. So you can also send a voice message over text simply by holding down on this little wave button here. You just press down and just start talking. Hey, Joe, hope you have a great day today. If you notice, there's a red dot over here and it's counting up. So it's recording everything I'm saying right now. And once I let go of the button, it will then attach it as a voice file. Let's play it back. Hey, Joe, hope you have a great day today. If you notice, there's a red. We can pause it. Maybe you listen to it and say, oh, I don't like that. I don't want to send it. You hit the X in the corner here and that will get rid of it. And then you can start a new one. Again, you press, but you have to keep your finger on the button for it to continue recording, or you can drag up. There's a little lock. If you drag up, then it will continue to record even if you're not holding the button. I'm going to hit stop and restart. Cancel. Now, the very last thing, and this is one of my favorite things to use, tap on text message, go to the microphone in the bottom left corner, and you can simply say the message and it will type it for you. You'll need to enable Samsung keyboard first, tap while using, and agree to the terms. Hey, don't forget to give me a call when you get off work. You tap the microphone when you're done, so it'll stop recording. And notice it entered my whole message. Hey, don't forget to call me when you get off work. And then hit the button to send it off. So that's another really easy way to send text messages. Just hit the microphone, say what you want to say, and then send it off. So that was a brief rundown of how to send a text message. Now, one thing to point out, if you have a new message, you'll see a little 1 right above the icon. This is my other phone here, and you can see I have one new message, and there's a red 1 right above the messaging app. So if you ever see a red number right in the corner of the app, that means that you have a new message and you should tap into it to check it. Same thing with the phone app. If you have a new message, it'll show up in the corner as a red number. Okay, next let's go over how to use the camera, how to take pictures, and then find out where it saves the pictures after you take the picture. So on the main screen here, you'll see the camera button all the way to the bottom right. Tap on that button there. And there are, obviously you have a front camera and a rear camera. The reason the screen is dark is because the phone right now is showing us out of the rear camera, and the rear camera is on the table, so we can't see. If you want to flip the camera so you're looking out of the front, the selfie camera, you just press this button here, and this will flip the camera. And now it's showing us from the front camera. So to take a picture, you simply press the white button in the center. Make sure this says photo. Right now we're on the camera mode, which is the photo mode. If you wanted to switch to video, you tap on the video button, and the icon will change from a white dot to a red dot with white around it. Now we're on the video mode, and if I press the red button, it will begin to record a video. You'll see it counting up at the top, which tells you that the video is recording. And you can actually snap still pictures while you're recording video by tapping this button here. This will grab stills. You can always pause the video, press the red button to continue it. You can switch to the rear camera while you're still recording that video. And then when you're all done, press the square to stop the video. Now to the left, you'll see this preview screen. When you tap on the preview, you can go to the last thing that you took a picture of or last video that you recorded. So here's our video, and I can simply hit play to have it play back. And you can actually snap still pictures while you're just like that. Now, I'm going to hit the home button. Where does it save the picture, and how can I go see it later? Well, we're going to swipe up on the home screen, go to our gallery app, and here is where we'll find all the pictures that we just took and the video that we took. Now, we're in the pictures section right now. We can switch to albums, and in albums, it will separate the pictures by, camera. These were pictures taken from messages. These are just recent, everything that we just took, and favorites. Now, let's go back to the camera. I want to show you a few more things. Now, Let's flip to the front camera again and go back to photos. Now you can switch the zoom. You can zoom in and out by tapping on these two buttons right here. So this is wide and this is a close up. You can also pinch with your fingers to zoom. Now the front camera doesn't allow you to do much zooming, but the rear camera will let you zoom a lot. So watch this. You have these shortcut buttons here. I can press the 2 to zoom in more. Let's put something here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Press the 1 to zoom out and the 0.5 to zoom out further. And the phone is actually switching between the lenses on the back. So we're at 0.5, we're zoomed really far out, and the 2 is now we're zoomed in. You can keep zooming. There's a 4 times and a 10 times, but that's a digital zoom. And just know that when you go past the 2 times zoom, it can get a little blurry. You can pinch in to zoom out or pinch the other way to zoom in. So you have 2 options there. You also have a few more camera settings as well. So you have more, and here you'll have some other settings from a pro setting to a panoramic, food mode, slow-mo, macro for really close-up pictures of like flowers, different things like that. And you have a hyperlapse mode. So you have all these other cool modes and a night mode that's built in. It'll optimize the settings for darker environments. So that's just a brief rundown of how the camera works and how to get to the different settings. Next, let's go over how to set up your email and kind of how the email app works. We're going to go to the Google folder and go to Gmail. Now, some of you might say, I don't have a Gmail. I have an SBC Global, or I have a different type of email. So here's the thing. The cool thing with the Gmail app is you can sign into non-Gmail accounts with the Gmail app. And I want to show you how to do that. So right now I'm signed into a Gmail account. So right now I'm able to see my emails. But if I wanted to add another email, I'm going to go to the upper right corner, tap on this little red icon. This icon will be different colors depending on your phone and your email, but tap on that. Go to add another account. And then here, it will give you the option to add these other email types from a Google to Outlook, Hotmail, Live, Yahoo. Now, some of you might say, I don't see my email type on the screen. I have an AOL or I have a Verizon.net. What do I use in that case? So you have a few options. You can do other and type in the email address and the password. Now, sometimes it will ask for additional information, which can be frustrating, and you may not have that info. So if you try just putting the email address and password on this screen and that does not work, here is a backup option. Hit the home button, go to the Play Store icon, tap on the search button, and in the bottom left corner, you'll see this exclamation point and the hashtag and the number 1. Tap on that and tap on the @ symbol and type in whatever is to the right of your @ symbol. So at AOL.com and hit the magnifying glass to search. What this will do is it will show you all of the compatible email apps for your email type. So look, AOL has their own email app. I can just install this app here and I can use this app to check my AOL emails. This is probably the fastest and easiest way to do it. So if you can't sign in using the Gmail app, then just look for an appropriate app with this method and then download it. I'm going to hit the home button and I want to now just give you a brief rundown of how to check emails and how to send emails using the Gmail app. So the first thing is you're in the inbox right now. It always takes you right to the inbox when you open the app. And let's say, okay, I opened this Google email and I read it and I now want to delete it. I can hit the trash can in the corner here or at the top to erase the email. It's gone. Now, guess what? I've noticed I have this same email multiple times. I don't need to open it again because it says the same thing. I just want to delete it. Well, tap on the G to the left and that will select that email. And then you can select other emails as well and say, hey, let's just erase all of these emails in one shot versus having to delete each one individually. I would just select them and then tap on the trash can to delete them. Now, let's say I want to send someone an email. I'm going to tap on this compose button. And here, the first thing it'll ask is, who do you want to send it to? I'm going to just make up an email, time@aol.com. Hit next. Tap in the subject line, hello. And then tap in compose email, good day. And it's not responding. Good to hear from you. There we go. Okay. So I want to send time an email. I've typed in my information. If I want to attach a document to it, I can tap on the paperclip in the corner and tap attach. And then I can take a file from my phone, attach it to the email. And when that's done, I'm going to tap on this little arrow, which is the send button, and it's going to send off that email. So that's how you send a message. Now, I want to delete more of these emails that are in here. So let's do that. Now, let's say this email here, this Fitbit email, I want to respond to it. Well, right under the email, you'll see there's a box that says reply. I can just tap in the reply box, and then I can say, these look great. Okay, maybe that's all you want to say. Type it in and then send it off. And that's how you reply to an email. So that's a brief rundown of just how the Gmail app works and some basic things. There's a lot more that the app does, but those were the basic things that I think are the most important to know for right now. Now, one cool accessory I just want to mention in the video is this watch here. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE. It just came out this year, and it's a really great complement to this phone. You can use this watch to actually track your steps, your heart rate. You can answer the phone when someone calls right from your watch. And it's a very reasonable price. I'm going to link it on screen right here. In case you're looking for something to help you stay a little more active, this watch will, again, track your steps, track your heart rate. You can answer your messages on it. You can check your emails. It does so much. And it's a really good price as well, so definitely check that out. That's the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE. Let's talk about the apps. So this is our home screen, and I want to show you some different tips for interacting with the apps on the home screen. You might have some things on this screen that you say, I never used that. I wish I could just get rid of that. Well, let's say this OneDrive app here, you don't use that, you don't know what it is, you don't need it. If you take your finger and you press down for 1 second, it'll bring up this menu, and in this menu you can hit remove and simply make it disappear from the home screen. It's still on the phone, but it's not going to show up on this screen. Okay, and maybe there's something on here, for example, the Play Store. Okay, that's good. I don't use it very often, but I like to have it on the home screen. You can actually hold down on it and then drag to the right, and you can move it and create a new page. So now you have your main page, and when you swipe over, you'll have this new page that has that app on it. So that way you can organize the apps based on how you want the screen to look. Now, in terms of organizing the apps, another important thing is, well, what if there's an app that I don't like and I just want to delete it altogether off of the phone? You're going to swipe up and go to your app drawer, and this is where you'll see again all the apps that are currently installed on the phone. You might say, somebody put this Uber app on my phone. I never use that. I want to get rid of it. Well, hold down on it for 1 second, and this menu will pop up, and you want to tap on the uninstall option here, and this will actually give the option, hey, do you want to uninstall this? Yes. Press OK. Now this app is deleted off of the phone and no longer will show up. So that's how you get rid of apps that you just do not use and don't care about. You have to be in the app drawer. You can't do it from this screen. You have to swipe up and you have to do it from the app drawer. Now, there might be some apps on this screen that you say, oh gosh, I wish my Facebook was on the home screen. Well, long press on Facebook, And the second option here says add to home screen. You got to do it quick or it's going to disappear. Let's try it again. Hold down on Facebook, tap on add to home screen, and now it's going to add Facebook to the home screen for you, just like that. Now, you might say, hey, I want to put Facebook on this page, not this page. Hold down again, and then after 1 second, you can move it, and you can simply drag it onto the home screen just like that. You can also create a folder, and you can organize apps based on their type or whatever category you want to set. Maybe this store app, you want to put it in this Google folder. Long press for 1 second, and then drag it to the right, and then I can either drop it in this folder, just like that, or let's hold down on it and let's drag it out of the folder. Just drag away from it and drag it over Facebook, and this will create a new folder. So there's two different options you have there. Make a new folder or drag it into an old folder. So that's another way to organize the apps that are on the home screen. Now, some of you guys might run into the issue where the apps keep moving. You might have put an app on a certain spot and then it got moved. Well, if you long press on the home screen and you go to settings, this is a helpful feature to enable. It's called lock home screen layout. And when this is enabled, you can't move the apps on the home screen. So watch, if I try to hold down on this, it won't let me move it. It says home screen layout is locked. You can change this in the settings. For those of you that are setting up your phone for someone who's new to smartphones, you may want to enable this feature so you can set it up in a way that makes sense for you and that person, and then lock it so that the apps never get deleted or erased by accident, because that does happen pretty frequently. I'm going to turn this off for now by going back to the settings and just turning off home or lock home screen layout. Now, so far, if you got value out of those tips right there, can you stop and bump that like button down below? It just helps the video to get shared into more people, and it really helps me as well because I want a lot of people to watch the video. So appreciate your support on that. Okay, this next tip is a really good one. I want to show you something that is called a widget. Now, this will allow you to add useful information to the home screen. So if I hold down on the home screen, come down to widgets, here I have these list of these really cool tiles and different things that I can add to the home screen to just give me more options. Okay, so for example, this is a really useful one here. For Gmail, tap on this little arrow to the right, tap on inbox and add. I'm going to tap primary, and now it's going to add this little display window that I can use to see if I have any new emails. So this is what it looks like. I can hold down on it and then I can just drag it down just like that. You'll notice in the corners there's these little white dots. If you drag up on the dots, you can change the size of this, and it'll let you see more of your inbox. Now, every time you open your phone, you can swipe over and see, oh, do I have any new emails? Is there anything important I need to be taking a look at in my inbox? If you tap on an email, it'll open up Gmail and take you right to that email. So that's just one example of a widget. This is a Gmail widget. Now, here's another really good widget. I'm going to swipe over to my main screen here, hold down, go to widgets. Now, I encourage you to swipe through this list because there's a ton of widgets that are available, so you can kind of see all the things that are available just by swiping through the list and just tapping on the little drop down arrow. Now, if you go up to clock, tap on the drop down, you can add an alarm widget. So I'm going to tap on this, tap add, and now I can set my alarm. Maybe you get up every day at 6 a.m. I'm going to check the box here, and if I tap into it, it's going to add this to my home screen, and I can, guess what, hold down on this for 1 second, and I can drag it over to the other screen here, and now I can see my alarm every morning on the home screen, and I can also easily tap into it to make changes. So here's my alarm. It's set to go off every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Maybe you say, oh, Tuesdays I sleep in, along with Saturdays and Sundays, uncheck that box. And you can go in and you can update the sounds. So this essentially is just creating a shortcut so that it's easier for you to set your alarm before you go to bed or before you do something. So those are just 2 examples of widgets. There's a lot more options that are in the settings. So go through there and play around, and you're going to find a lot of other really helpful features available in that section. Okay, next I want to show you how to check your voicemails on the phone and also how to make changes to your voicemail as well. So you'll want to tap on the phone icon in the bottom left corner here. And let's erase the phone number that's currently in here right now. And if you want to call your voicemail, you simply need to tap on the number 1. And as I zoom in here, you can see there's a little voicemail icon right under the 1. So tapping the 1 and then pressing the phone button will automatically dial your voicemail. You can also dial your voicemail by simply just dialing your phone number. Type in the phone number and then tap the green button, and it'll take you right to the voicemail. Now, you'll probably need to call your cell phone provider and have them walk you through setting your initial password to begin. And then you can ask them to change the password, and then it'll be easier for you to sign in and be able to check your voicemails. Now, one quick note. Some carriers have a voicemail service where instead of you having to press the phone button and dial your phone number, there's an app you can download and you can just check your voicemails right from there. If you have T-Mobile, just to show you, I'm going to swipe up and let's go to the Play Store. T-Mobile Visual Voicemail. So this is the name of the app for T-Mobile. It's called Visual Voicemail. I'm just going to tap install. And with this app here, you can actually see, here, let me tap on the images so you can see it. So whenever a voicemail comes through, you're going to have this menu. So you can go to each one, you can tap on it, and it'll let you play back the voicemail, and it'll usually give you a typed out transcript of the voicemail as well. In fact, this is what it looks like. This was the call from Corey Klein. That's the message. I can play it back here. And you can call them back or text them right from the app. So this is one option. Now, if you don't have T-Mobile, no problem. Generally, dialing 611 on your phone will take you to your customer support. You can get to a live operator and say, hey, I want to set up visual voicemail. How do I do that? And they'll tell you the name of the app for their service, and you can download it and then use that to check your voicemail. It's really much easier than what I showed you with calling and dialing 1, because it's a lot longer having to go through the automated system versus just going through an app. Next, let's go over how to take notes on your phone. So if you swipe up, you have an app on your phone that is called Notes. This is the Samsung Notes app, and we can tap on that, and they have a really nice clean interface that you can use to take notes. Now, the first thing you need to do is go to the bottom right corner and tap on this little pencil icon here to start a new note. And here, this is our note. I can tap in title and put, whatever I want to name it. Shopping list. And somehow I clicked out of it. Shopping list 220. Okay. So that's the name of our note. And then here I have different options at the bottom, so I can tap on the screen to bring up the keyboard and I can begin to type out my message. I can tap on this squiggly line here if I want to draw the message. Some of your phones have a stylus pen, so you can write this with a pen or you can write it with your hand. Or you can buy one of these really cool stylus pens. I like the ones from Bamboo. And I'll link that one on screen as well. This one links really well with the phone. Eggs, cheese, butter. So really easy shopping list there. And the cool thing is when you're done, all you need to do is hit the home button. It'll automatically save your note. So when you go back to Samsung Notes again, and let's say we go out of this note, it's going to save it, and it's going to give you a preview of what the note looks like. So I can see this was my eggs, cheese, butter shopping list right here. Now this is one note app. This isn't my favorite. My favorite note app is actually called Google Keep. If you hit the home button, let's go to the Play Store. And we're going to, let's go back, tap the microphone, Google Keep. Very simple. This is the app. It's called Google Keep. We're going to tap the install button. I love this app. I've been using it for almost 10 years. The reason I love it is because it syncs seamlessly across your phone, tablet, and your computer. So you can take a note or start a note on the phone here, and you can jump right to your computer and go to the website keep.google.com. Sign into your Google account, and you can continue working on that note right from the computer. Now, Samsung Notes does that too, but it's a little trickier how it is facilitated. I just like the simplicity of Google's service. You're going to hit continue to give it initial permission. And here, I want to show you what their notes look like. So in the bottom right corner, you'll tap on the plus to start a new note. And you can have a note include an image, a drawing, a checklist. I'm going to hit the list here. And this is the layout. So that same option, I'm going to type shopping list. And then here I'm going to have a list with checkboxes. So when I type something, it's going to show up with little boxes to the left. And the cool thing with this is when I go to the store, once I grab my eggs, I can just check the box and then it'll move down the list. So it's a little more intuitive and there's a lot more you can do with it. So those are two different options when it comes to taking notes. Feel free to use the one that looks better for you or you think would work better with how you like to take notes. How to change the wallpaper. The wallpaper is this picture you see on the home screen. It's the background. You might like this one. It's a cool look, but you might want to make it something different. So let me show you how to do that. Take your finger, hold down on the home screen, and you'll see it'll pop out like this and give you these 3 options or 4 options at the bottom here. So you've got 2 options for this. One, go to Wallpaper and Style, and here you can choose from some of the wallpapers that have been pre-selected and added to the phone. So go to Change Wallpaper. And at the top under Featured, you'll see wallpapers that Samsung has put on the phone. So they have really nice, beautiful images that they will add. You might find one of these beautiful and you just simply would tap on it. It'll show you what it'll look like on the phone. Hit Next. And then it will change the background to that. Hit Done. And just like that, we have a new wallpaper. Okay. Now you might say, that's nice, but I have this picture on my phone. I'd rather make this picture of my mom the background. Well, to do that, we're going to hold down the home screen for 1 second. Go back to Wallpaper and Style. Go to Change Wallpaper. But instead of going to Featured, come down to Gallery. Tap on Gallery. And here, it'll take you to your Gallery app. You can go to any photo that you've taken on the phone, and you can make that the background. So, for example, I can go to my camera folder here. And these are all the pictures I've taken. Let's make this picture right here our new background. Hit Done. And this is what it's going to look like. We're going to hit Next. Now, if you only want this picture to be the phone, the home screen background, you uncheck the lock screen. You can have a different picture on the lock screen versus on the home screen. And this is the lock screen when you basically wake up the phone. That's the lock screen. So this is your home screen, and that first image is the lock screen. So just FYI, that's the difference. You don't have to make the picture the same one for the lock screen and the home screen. You just toggle which one you want. I'm going to just check the box for home screen, hit Next. And on this screen, you can actually zoom in and make adjustments to the picture before you save it. I'm going to hit Done. And now this is going to become our new home screen picture, just like that. Okay, so that is another option you have in terms of changing the wallpaper. Now, this next option is pretty cool. Go to Wallpaper and Style again. go to change wallpaper. Now, there are a few other options in here. There's a graphical option. These are more wallpapers that Samsung has added. There is the colors wallpaper as well. And there are wallpaper services. And if you go to wallpaper services, there are these other options you have that will pre-select photos for you, and they'll add them as your wallpaper. You can also go to get more wallpapers, and Samsung has a whole store called the Galaxy Theme Store. We'll need to update it the first time we try to go into it. And in here, they have hundreds of wallpapers you can pick from to download. And there's some free and some paid. So you can kind of decide, you know, if there's one worth paying for. But watch this. Let's hit get more wallpapers. I'm going to show you how to find the free ones first. And then after that, you can go through and search through the paid ones. So this is the app here. And we're under wallpapers. They do have themes as well, and they have icons, and there's a bunch of other things you can customize aside from the wallpaper, just as an FYI. If you go to top, and then where it says all, tap there and go to free, it'll sort the wallpapers by free first, so you can just see what's free. I always say, look at the free ones first and see if you find one you like. You might find a good one, then you don't have to pay for one. So I can swipe through to see the different images on this one. And if you like it, hit download. And then you can choose from these wallpapers to now add to your home screen. So this is just another option that you have in terms of changing the wallpaper to give your phone a little more character. I'm going to hit apply now. Now the cool thing with the lock screen, you can actually have multiple pictures cycle through. You don't have to just have one. So this is actually a pack of 5. And right here it says 5 items. Let's hit done. And now, if I turn the screen off and turn it back on, this is our new wallpaper, but watch this. If I turn the screen off and turn it back on again, it's going to switch to the next wallpaper. And every time you unlock it, it'll keep changing. So this is another fun way to just customize your phone and, you know, have something different show up every time. All right? So that is changing the wallpapers. Now lastly, I want to show you how to use the clock app. So I showed you, we kind of went over how to set an alarm, but I also want to show you just like setting timers and things like that. So swipe up, go to the clock, and you have 4 options here. You have an alarm, you have the world clock, you have a stopwatch, and a timer. I surprisingly use this app a ton, because when I'm washing clothes, I use this to set a quick alarm. Hey, I need to check the laundry in, 68 minutes or, 70 minutes. I'll come in here and I'll set this. And then now it's going to show up as a pop-up on the screen. And guess what? I can move that pop-up anywhere on the screen. And I have that visual reminder that in an hour and 9 minutes, I need to go check the laundry. Now, if we go back to the clock here, you can set multiple alarms. So you might have your 6 a.m. alarm for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can just set an alarm for today as well and just say, oh, tomorrow I want to get up at 8 a.m. And I'm just going to 8 a.m. hit save. And you can have tons of alarms going through here. A lot of us have different things that happen on different days. So feel free to set as many alarms as you want within the app here. You've also got your stopwatch here that you can use to keep track of the time, and your world clock. All right. So this brings us to the end of our part 2. Now I want to give a quick shout out to this cool watch. It's called the Samsung Fit 3. This is a really inexpensive fitness tracker, and if you're looking for a way to just keep track of your steps and your heart rate and your water intake, this is a great option. This fitness tracker runs for about $60, and it pairs really well with the Samsung A16. And I'm going to link it on screen right here. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely look into this. It's a very just simple interface. And again, it's going to allow you to, get your weather, track your heart rate, track your steps. You can track your water. It's great. And it's just very simple and easy to use. And so it's a great complement to the Samsung A16. All right. Also, if you're looking for some case recommendations, check out this case from F&T Case. This case has a very rugged design on the side. It has these bumpers. It has a camera shutter, so you can actually hide your camera when you're not taking pictures. Some people have a fear of, their phone being hacked and then, your camera being accessed and then being able to see through your phone. Well, you can simply hide it when you're not using it, so there's no fear of them tapping into your phone. I've never heard of a case that happening, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. So anyway, this is just a cool case because it does give you that extra privacy. And there's a kickstand on the back you can use to hold the phone up in this landscape position for watching movies, or you can have it stand nice and tall just like this. Really inexpensive case on Amazon, so I will link that case up here in case you guys want to check it out. Number 1, how to run 2 apps at one time. Let's say you're watching a YouTube video or you're on the YouTube app and you want to watch that video, but you also want to do something else at the same time. Maybe scroll through Amazon or check your text messages. Well, take 2 fingers and just swipe up from the bottom, and this will throw you right into the multi-window option. And I can now select an app to run alongside YouTube. Let's pick, for the sake of this, let's pick our messages. And now I can pick this YouTube video, I can let it play, and I can go through and I can reply to someone's text message. You can also take the phone and rotate it in the landscape position like this. You can also switch the apps just by tapping the 3 dots in the middle and tapping on the arrows, and that'll switch and put whatever's on the left on the right. You can also tap on the 3 dots and tap on the star. You can save this to your home screen. So guess what? If you want to run those same 2 apps later, now you don't have to go through that process again. You can tap on the app pairing right here, and it will put those 2 both right in a split screen. Now, there are a few things you need to have enabled on your phone to be able to do this. So let's swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're going to swipe up to the advanced features and go to multi-window. And from here, make sure swipe for split screen is enabled. This is important. Next, you'll want to turn on, go to multi-window for all apps right here and enable this feature. And so that way, just about every app that you try to do this with, it should work. And that's how you run 2 apps at one time. Now, if you got value out of that, make sure you bump that like button down below. Next, I want to show you how to add a video to your lock screen to get this really cool effect. Check this out. When I unlock my phone, I have this video that's going to show. So let me show you how to do this. I'm just going to swipe through to unlock the phone. You want to go to your gallery app and hold down on the video, tap on the 3 dots in the bottom right corner, and just simply hit set as a wallpaper, just like that. And then it will ask you where you want to set it, and we'll set it as our lock screen, and that's it. Now, sometimes it will ask you to edit the video if the video is too long. So this is what will pop up, and you'll have to hit the trim button at the bottom, and you'll have to simply just make the video a bit shorter, maybe 10 seconds, and then hit done. And then they'll give you a preview of what it looks like, and then you hit the done button in the upper right corner. And now that's going to be our new wallpapers. Next, I want to show you how to use the new Gemini built-in assistant. Simply by holding down on the home button for 1 second, this will launch Gemini. Now you'll need to, the first time, hit try now, because by default the phone is set to Google Assistant, and you can do more with Gemini. So to try Gemini, you need to simply hit try now. It'll take you to this screen. It'll give you sort of a, here's a breakdown. You're switching from Google Assistant to Gemini. Here are some of the things that you can do: create custom images, write emails, post, and more, make learning easy, set alarms, timers, reminders, and you can actually talk with your assistant back and forth. And I'm going to show you how to do that right after. So we're going to hit switch, hit more, hit use Gemini, and this is what it looks like. Now this is the main app here, but if I just hold the home button, now that I've made the switch, when I hit the home button and hold it for 1 second, it's going to launch the assistant, and I can begin to ask it to do things like this. How do I plant an orange tree?
Planting an orange tree can be a rewarding experience. Here's a breakdown of the key steps to ensure your tree thrives. 1.
So one of the things that's cool is that it'll come up with an answer for you, and then it will talk you through it. And you can talk back and forth with the assistant. So it's right now explaining to me everything that it's showing. And maybe I have a follow-up question. I can simply tap the microphone and just keep talking. Where can I get the orange seeds?
It's important to understand that growing orange trees from seeds can be a bit more complex than growing them from grafted saplings.
Can I just take an orange from the store and just take the seeds out and plant those?
Yes, you can absolutely take seeds from a store-bought orange and attempt to grow a tree.
So that's just a preview of what you can do. And so just imagine the questions and different things that you wonder throughout the day or things you want to do. You can just hold your home button, launch the assistant, and ask these more detailed questions. You can also ask it to do simple functions on the phone, like this is the one that I use probably almost every day because I'm constantly doing laundry at the house. Can you set an alarm for 70 minutes? Or excuse me, set a timer for 70 minutes.
Alright, 70 minutes, starting now.
So just like that, when I put my laundry in the the machine, I will just say, hey, set a timer for 70 minutes, and I walk out and I know my phone's gonna let me know when it's time to switch. So there's a lot of utility in Gemini, and you can use it for asking questions and learning new things, or just doing basic functions on your phone as well. So, okay, next I wanna show you how to launch the camera no matter what's happening. Something quick happens and you wanna take a picture of it. You can simply tap your power button 2 times, just like this, and it'll automatically launch the camera. So you never ever have to miss any important moments now that you're using what is called the quick launch camera. Now this will also work if the phone is off, or excuse me, if the phone is asleep. So right now the phone is asleep, you can see the screen is dim, but if I double tap the power button, it's gonna wake up the phone and take me right to the camera and allow me to start taking pictures. This also works if you're in an app. Maybe you're doing something totally different. You're on Google Chrome, you're reading an article, and oh, something happens. Double tap. Oh, let me make sure I tap properly. Double tap, it'll take you out of the app and right into the camera. So this is a really convenient feature, and I've been using this for years. Now, some of you might say, I don't use the camera very much. I wish I could have that launch something else. Well, you can do that actually. So watch this. If we swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again and tap on this second button, which is your power menu button. This will take us here, and we're gonna tap on these side button settings. And from here, you can change the double press from launching the camera to launching any app of your choice. So it'll now give us a list of all the apps on the phone. Some of you might say, I'd much rather have it launch Google Maps because I'm often on the road and going new places. So guess what? Now it's set to Google Maps. I double tap the power button, it's gonna take me right to Maps. So you can program that button to launch whatever app you want. It's a very convenient feature. I personally love it launching the camera, but do what makes the most sense for you and how you use your phone. Okay, next I want to show you a feature that this trick could probably save your life in the event of an emergency, but you have to know about it and you have to have it set up. So this is the emergency mode, and the way this works is you're going to tap the power button 5 times to trigger the emergency mode, just like this. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll automatically take you here, and you can basically swipe up to call 911. But there are a bunch of other features you can have enabled along with this, and that's what I want to show you how to set up. You're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, and in the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel. From here, we're going to swipe up to safety and emergency. And here's where we need to plug in our medical information, our emergency contacts, and enable some other features so that if there is an emergency, you can actually trigger this feature and it will work and really benefit you. So starting with medical information, hit confirm. Here you'll want to put in your name, any medical conditions you have, like for example, if you have low blood sugar or you're anemic, Same thing, your blood type, any allergies, current medications, your weight, your height, date of birth. Because what's going to happen is once you enable this emergency mode, this information is going to show on the screen of your phone. That way it'll help a medical person assist you properly, especially if you have, like for myself, if you have a allergic reaction to penicillin. Those are things that are really great for an EMT to know when they're trying to care for you. So you want to plug all this information in so that when you trigger the emergency SOS mode, this will show up on your phone screen. That's the first thing. The next thing is you want to set your emergency contacts. You want to go in and actually add, so just hit add emergency contact, so that what happens is when you trigger the emergency mode, it's going to send a ping to those contacts and tell them, hey, I'm in trouble. And this could be, hey, I'm in the middle of an earthquake, or hey, my blood sugar's low, I didn't eat, I'm about to pass out. And what the phone is going to do is it's going to ping them your location. It's going to start recording a few seconds of audio, and it's going to start recording some video from the cameras, and it will send all that information to your emergency contacts so that now they know exactly your exact GPS location, what was surrounding you, and they have some information to go on to try to find you and help you. So this is a super helpful feature. Now, this is another feature you want to enable: share during emergency calls and texts. And it basically says send your location to contacts and your medical information. So you'll want to check this box here and agree so that your information will be sent when you trigger that SOS feature. Okay, now there's some other things in here. I would tell you to go in and read each section, and some of them may not be relevant, but obviously answer what is relevant. So when you do launch that feature, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you swiping up is what is going to enable the feature. You see, like that. Okay, now let me turn this off. Now, so that's the gist of how the emergency mode works. I definitely encourage you guys to set this up because this could save your life in the event of an emergency. If you're getting value out of the video so far, make sure you stop and bump that like button down below. Again, it helps to this video to perform better in the YouTube algorithm and to be shared out to more people, and it definitely benefits me, so I appreciate you doing that. Also, if you're planning to add more storage to your A16, I have a video on how to add a memory card so you can add more storage and get more space. I'll link that video right here, and I also link on screen here a recommendation of a really good memory card for you to add more space. All right. Okay, next I want to show you how to enable the one-handed mode. And if you notice, this is, a really tall phone, and it can be a little hard to hold just because it's so tall, right? So trying to reach to the top, you have to basically reach really high to get to the top of the screen here. Well, you can go into the settings and enable the one-handed mode, and it'll make the phone easier to use with one hand. Simply swipe down from the top of the screen. Let's go back to our settings. And from here, we're going to go back to advanced features and enable one-handed mode, just like that. And we're going to tap. There's two ways to do this. There's a gesture option and there's a button option. I'm going to show you both, and you decide which option would work better for you. You can swipe down from the home button just like this, and that will enable it. Let me show you again. So home button is here. I'm just swiping down over the button, and it'll shrink the screen down and make it easier for you to reach the phone and do all the things you would normally do. So that's the one-handed mode. And you can actually throw it back and forth to the left and right just like this. But essentially it makes everything just a little bit easier to reach. Now when you're all done with one-handed mode and you want to get out of it, just tap anywhere on the outside of this screen here, so like this little outside blue area, and that will bring it back to the full size. Now let's go back here. We can also change it to a button combination, and the button combination will launch just by tapping the home button 2 times like this. Tap it twice and it will shrink the screen down the same way. So figure out what makes more sense for you, and that's just a nice feature to enable to make it easier to reach all corners of the phone. The phone tends to be harder to use when you're just trying to use it with one hand, maybe something's in your other hand, so just great feature to know about. Okay, next I want to show you how to share really large files or lots of files at one time. Okay, so maybe you've taken a video on your phone, maybe your kid had a recital or something and you want to send it out to family, but guess what? The file is too large for you to send as a text or an email. This happens very frequently. So what you're going to do is find a video, tap on the share button right here, and then tap on the quick share button. Now, one disclaimer, some of you might have pressed the quick share button and you don't have this option, or the screen might be telling you to sign into your Samsung account. You do need to be signed up for the Samsung account, which is totally free. You need to be signed up for that and sign into it in order to use this feature. If not, it won't allow you to do this. So just keep that in mind. If that pop-up comes up, it's safe, and take a few seconds and just sign up for a Samsung account. Now, here you'll want to tap on QR code or link, and essentially it's going to give you a shareable link that you can send out. No one really uses the QR code, but the copy URL is the easiest way. So it's going to give you a shareable link that you can then send out to anyone. Right now I'm going to go to my email app, and I'm just going to paste that into an email. Now the link should show up right here above your keyboard, but if it doesn't, just simply long press on the screen for 1 second, tap on paste, and there's our link. And you put in the information and just send it out. Now anyone that has that link, this is what they're going to see. Let's go to Chrome. Let's paste that link. There it is, and hit go. And basically this is the video file right here. So there you go. It's super easy for you to watch it right from there, and you can also download that link as well. So this is the easiest way to send really large files at one time. Now you can do more than just one file, so we can go back and go to our gallery, and I can select multiple files to be sent at one time. Long press on one file, and then it will bring up this option, and you can either check the box for more, or you can hit the all button to select all the pictures at one time and videos. Hit share, quick share, QR code or link, and there we have a new shareable link that we can send out. Now that link is only going to be live for, I want to say, 48 hours, so it does expire. So when you send it out to people, let them know, hey, this is the video from so-and-so event. You have 48 hours to download it, and you can see all the pictures and the videos. So this is a super easy way to just share out those files. You don't have to worry about the text messaging limit in terms of sending pictures or the limit on email. Just send a file. I want to say the cap is 2 gigabytes. So you can send a lot of pictures and a lot of videos at one time. Okay, next I want to show you how to hide apps on your home screen. Let's swipe over first. This is the app I want to hide. Maybe I want to let my kids use the phone, but I don't want them to have access to the Play Store because I don't want them downloading any new apps. I'm going to hold down the home screen for 1 second. I'm going to go to the settings wheel in the bottom right corner, and then I'm going to go to hide apps on home and app screens. And here I'm going to go up and go to Play Store, hit done. Now, if I go to the home screen, that app is gone. If I swipe up, the Play Store app is not in the Google folder. It's nowhere. It's hidden. So this is a really easy way to hide apps that you don't want certain people to have access to. Especially if you're trying to childproof this phone for your kids. There is a very extensive way to childproof the phone, and then there's this way, which is a little bit easier. You can just simply hide all the apps that you don't want them to have access to. Now, the problem with this method is if they stumble onto this, long pressing and then settings and then hide apps, they could just unhide the app. So for older kids, I wouldn't recommend this method because they'll probably find it at some point. But for younger kids, this is a very easy way to just hide apps you don't want them to have access to. Okay. Now, speaking of kids, there also is a mode called Kids Mode that is built into the phone, and it's great for passing the phone to like your 5-year-old or your 4-year-old. You can totally put push them into this partition mode of the phone where they have no access to any of your pictures, videos, they can't call anyone, but they have fun things that they can do. And I want to show you how to enable that feature. So swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. Next, tap on the pencil at the top of the screen here. And you're going to tap on Edit under Full. Now, there are these shortcuts that you're going to see at the top of the screen here. Now, there are more shortcuts available, but these are the main 12 that Samsung has pre-selected. But you can change that order just by swiping through this bottom list here. And you'll notice on the second page, there's one called Kids. So if we hold down on Kids and we drag this up, we can drop it right at the top of the screen here. You can also go through here and you might find some other really important ones like Secure Folder. Drag that up here. And as you keep adding more, it will create more pages. So watch this. I swipe down again, and now I can swipe to the left and I have another page of shortcuts. So let's tap on Kids. This will take you into what is called Samsung Kids. Hit continue, and you'll basically set a PIN code that you have to enter in order for the kids to get out of this mode. So this is how you protect it. I'm just going to make it 4 zeros. Next, we'll allow it to send notifications, and essentially this is what Samsung Kids looks like. If your kid, if you just need to pass them your phone for a few minutes, this is all they're going to have access to play with. Now, this is really fun because look, they have a camera, they have a gallery, they do have a phone that you can download. You can add a browser. You don't have to add all these, but some of these things you can add. You can also come up to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots here, and you can go to add and edit apps, and you can add more apps for your kids to use. So maybe, for example, you have Netflix Kids, or you have YouTube Kids, and you want to add that in here as well. Now that we've gone to the add and edit section, I can hit this plus. And here I can go through and, I only have the regular YouTube. So I'm going to add that for now. But you can obviously go later to the Play Store and you can download other apps and, maybe like a PBS Kids app or, some of the other learning apps like ABC Mouse. You can download those and then you can add them to this section. So essentially you're controlling every single thing they have access to. Now, if there's an app that's on the screen that you don't want them to be able to use, you can simply remove it. But a lot of these are very fun and harmless apps that will allow the kids to just have fun. Now, maybe this My Browser, maybe you say, I'd rather them not have access to it. If you notice, every time you tap one, you have to actually hit install for it to add. So just keep that in mind. You want to tap each one and you want to install it, or your kid's not going to be able to use it. Let's download that one too. So all in all, this is a really fun feature that as a parent with young kids, I'll tell you, it makes it so much easier to be able to pass them my phone in the kids mode section and know that they're not going to butt dial anyone. They're not going to look at anything they're not supposed to look at. They're not going to delete anything that they're not supposed to look at. They are in a safe place where I can, do whatever I need to do and know that my phone is taken care of and they're safe as well. So to get out of it, I hit the home button. Guess what? Nothing's going to happen. If I hit the back button, it's going to ask me to put in my parental code. And then once the right code is entered, then it will take me out of that section. So that is the Samsung Kids app, a very, very useful app for you parents. Definitely encourage you to download that one. Lastly, I want to show you how to track your steps with your phone using the Samsung Health app. So if you swipe up, go to the Samsung folder and open Health. This is a really great app that helps you with tracking your activity, your health, your fitness. And all you have to do is open the app and just accept the quick terms and conditions. And there's a really cool widget you can download to use with this. There we go. So it's just that quick. The app is set up. Now give it permission for our alarms and reminders. Now watch this. I'm gonna swipe up, Now once you set up the app, you wanna hold down the home screen, go to widgets, and you have a daily activity widget you can add, which is really cool, and this will kind of show you how you're doing with staying active. That's one thing. Next, hold down the home screen, go back to widgets, and swipe all the way up to health. And you have a step tracker and a sleep tracker. Now watch, let's hold down on step tracker and let's add that to the screen. And now this is going to track your activity. Now it mainly tracks when you're holding your phone and you're moving. Now the cool thing is Samsung also makes this smartwatch called the Samsung Fit 3, and this links right up with that Samsung Health app. And this will help you to get an even more accurate read on your steps, because this will obviously always be on your wrist, whereas sometimes you do put your phone down. Now, if you are looking for something to help you track your steps, help you to be a little more active and give you some motivation, this is a great option to consider. Now, this is only $59.99 right now, and this will track your steps. It'll track the weather, your heart rate. You can have it track your water. It'll track your workouts as well, and let you know how many, your distance and different things like that. You can also set it to give you notifications. So if you get a text message or a call on your phone, you can check it on your watch first and see if it's important enough to have to go to your phone and look at it. So I'm going to link this on screen right here. This is a really fun smartwatch that just is a great complement to this phone, and it's a very inexpensive price. So definitely encourage you to check it out. You really might like it. Number 1. How to take a selfie using your palm and what's called a palm selfie. Let's open up the camera here, and basically make sure you're on the front camera, and if you hold your palm out just like this, it'll automatically trigger a countdown. So you can hold your palm up and it'll automatically take a picture. This is an easy way for you to take a selfie without having to try to reach the shutter button. You simply just, again, hold the camera out, and wherever you are, make sure your palm is nice and high in the air and in the shot, and it'll just begin to take pictures for you. That is called the palm selfie. Now our number 2 tip is going to come in the shutter button here. When you're on photo, if you take your finger, instead of just tapping the button, if you basically drag your finger down the button, you will trigger a burst mode. And if you notice, it's taking a ton of pictures. It'll take up to, I think, 20 or 30 pictures. Let's see here. So it took up to 30 pictures at one time. This will work for the front camera. It'll also work for the rear camera as well. Just, again, slide down the button and hold, and then it will snap up to 30 pictures at one time. This is great for capturing motion or any quick scene. If you're really trying to get that perfect shot and you may not catch it right at the right moment, just do a burst and then you'll get a bunch of shots, and then you can go through them after, and then you can select the best shot. Number 3 is called the quick launch camera shortcut, and by tapping the power button 2 times, it'll automatically take you out of whatever you're doing, and it will open up the camera just like this. There we go. It automatically took us out of the home screen and right to the camera. But even if your screen is off, you can still tap that button twice, and it'll wake up the phone and take you right to the camera. Again, this is called the quick launch camera, and this will ensure that you never miss an important moment, because again, by double tapping that power button, it's going to take you out of whatever you're doing, open the camera, so you can get that perfect shot. Now, so far, if any of these have been helpful, please stop and bump that like button down below. Really appreciate that. Now, the next tip is going to be, let's go back to the camera. Let's go to our settings. Now, this tip is going to help you take better pictures, and this is simply by enabling the grid lines feature right here. We're going to turn on grid lines, and now when you go to the camera, you're going to have this grid. So this will help you frame up your shot to get the perfect picture. Now, the rule is whatever your focal point is of the shot, you want to be in this center square. So right now I'm off, but if I were to adjust it and have the camera now in that center square, that's a much better shot than this shot right here where the camera is not right in the center. All right, so turning on those grid lines is super helpful. It'll help frame up your shot and just give you a better overall picture. Now, the next tip's a really fun one. If you have Samsung's new fitness tracker, this is their budget fitness tracker, the Galaxy Fit, or any one of their other smartwatches, you can take pictures right from your watch. Now on this one here, I can swipe up and I can go all the way to camera remote. And now I can use this to trigger a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it will take a picture for me. So imagine you're standing there and you're wanting to get that shot. You just simply tap that button and it will automatically trigger that picture for you. You can also change the timer and not even have a timer and just have it being automatic. Now, this is again using their budget fitness tracker. I'll link it on screen as well. This is a really cool tracker and it only costs around 60 bucks. This will also work if you have one of their more advanced watches. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7. You can also use this or any one of their other smartwatches. As long as you're paired using Bluetooth, you can use that to snap pictures. The next tip is to pay attention to the orientation that you're taking the picture in. So right now we're in a 3:4 ratio, which is not really the best ratio to take a picture in. If you want a wide angle picture, you're going to want to be in that 9:16, and that's going to take up the whole screen and give you a little more real estate in the picture. Now, if you're adding pictures to Instagram, for example, in their feed, you'll want to go with a 1:1 ratio, which is a perfect square. So just be mindful of what setting you're in. And normally I stay in the 9:16. But again, it just depends on what type of shot you're trying to get. That's will determine what you're going to adjust that to. The next tip is a fun one. Sometime when you're trying to size up your shot the right way, it can be a little hard to reach the shutter button, but you can actually use the volume buttons to snap your pictures or record a video as well. So right now I'm going to rotate the camera and let's size up a picture here. All right, here's our shot right here. And I'm just going to tap that volume up button and it's going to snap pictures for me. Now, holding the phone this way, it's so much easier for me to reach that button than it is trying to move my thumb over to tap on the shutter button there. So this is a really great tip, and you can also use this for recording video as well. Just tapping that volume button to start the video and then tapping it again to stop. The next trick is a super fun one. It's super quick. If you ever want to switch between the front and rear camera, obviously you have this button right here you can press to do that. But you can also just swipe up the screen as well, and this will also rotate you from the rear camera to the front camera. So pretty cool, just a quick swipe up the screen to switch back and forth. Now when you're recording a video, one important thing to note, so I just hit record, my video has started. If there's ever a point in the video where you say, hey, I would love to get a snapshot of what's happening right now, you can tap on this shutter button and this will allow you to pull stills or take stills while you're recording video. So super easy feature here, and it helps you turn your videos into even great pictures as well. Another cool tip is that when you're taking pictures, sometimes something video worthy is happening, and instead of you trying to switch over to the video function, instead of tapping the shutter button, if you just simply keep your finger on the button, it will actually automatically start recording video. You see that? Just simply hold down the button and keep your finger there, and then it will begin to record video. This is a really quick way to turn a photo-worthy moment into a full-out video. And one thing that's kind of funny, if you're ever trying to take a group picture and it's taking a long time, sometimes I just hit record and I just let it record, then I just pull the stills later. I try to get a great frame of the video and then just pause it and pull a frame that way, because sometimes it's hard to catch everyone right at the same moment when they're smiling. So just another pro tip. So look, after you've taken all your pictures, here's some other cool tips you can use when you're in the gallery app. So in case you didn't know, when you take pictures, they're all going to be accessible through the gallery app, which is right here, or by swiping up. This is your gallery app. Now, here's a couple of cool tips that will help you have some more fun with your pictures. Now, right now I'm in one of my albums here, and let's say I want to make a collage of all the pictures that I just took. I'm going to hold down for 1 second on one picture, and it's going to put a check in the upper left corner. I want to select this picture and this one. At the bottom here, there's a button that says create. If you tap on create, you can turn it into a GIF or turn it into a collage. Let's tap on collage, and it will take all those pictures and put them in a nice little collage. And then here you can play around with the dimensions of the collage and how big each picture shows up. You can change the ratio and make the collage better for like Instagram. We could jump back here and kind of play around with it there. So this is a really great settings that Samsung has added to their gallery app. Usually you'd have to download a separate app to do this, but now it's all built into the phone, and it just makes it easier for you to edit your photos and have a lot more fun right from your phone without having to download extra apps. Let's go ahead and save this, and this is actually ready for me to throw on my Instagram stories now that I've changed the ratio to that 9:16. Now, another cool tip when it comes to your photos, when you're on pictures, it's going to organize all the pictures based on the day. If you go to albums, it's going to create a couple of default albums. So recent pictures, favorites, camera, quick share, and messages. Now I can create my own photo album just by doing this. So one at the top of the screen, there's a plus. If I tap on this plus, it will give me the option to create different photo albums, from a regular album to an auto updating album, a group, a shared album. I like to keep it simple, so I'm just going to create a regular album like this. Here I can name it New Pics, just to have something on there. Okay, now it's going to allow me to go in and add some pictures to that album. So I'm going to go to recent, and let's just select all these shots right here. I'm going to hit done. And it's going to ask you, do you want to move them or copy them? Which means, do you want to keep a copy in the original album and put the other half in the new album, or just move them? I'm going to just put a copy so that they'll exist in both locations. And now I have a new folder that's called New Pics right here. There's another way to do this, which is super easy. I'm going to go into quick share, and I'm going to hold down on one picture and then select this other one here. And then I'm going to tap on more in the bottom right corner. Here you have the option to copy it to an album. If you tap copy to an album, here it will allow you to select one of your existing albums, or you have that create button, which will also allow you to create a brand new album to be able to copy those photos into. So that's another way as well to create a folder and allow you to organize your photos. Definitely encourage you to do that, because that main folder, that main camera folder, can get so full. Usually people will have thousands of pictures in there because they never organize them, and it's so hard to find that shot you're looking for because you're looking through thousands of pictures trying to find it. Whereas if you have an event, just take those photos and throw them in one new album and name it Christmas 2024 or a birthday party November 2021, whatever. And now it's easier to just go back to that folder instead of having to scroll through all your pictures to try to find the one you're looking for. This next tip is a super game changer. Now let's say I want to share all of these pictures that I just took, the ones that have this little cup holder or this coaster. So I'm going in, I'm selecting pictures. I want to share these 15 pictures with someone. Now, you can't send those as a text message because the limit on text messages really will only allow you to send like 3 or 4 pictures, and it depends on what size you took them at, right? But let's say you had 20, 50, 100 pictures you wanted to send out to a group. Maybe you had a barbecue for your family. You want to send the pictures to everyone. The easiest way to do that is select them all like I just did, tap on the share button, and then from here you're going to tap on quick share. And with quick share, this will allow you to basically take all those photos, upload them to Samsung Cloud, and then you'll tap on QR code or link. It's going to give you a shareable link that you can copy, and you can now send that to your loved ones. From there, that link is copied into your clipboard. You can paste it into a text message or an email, and you can now send that out to as many people as you like. They're going to click on that link. And in fact, let me show you what it looks like when they get that link, because it's super simple. Let's paste the link and hit go. So this is what it's going to look like. They can see a preview of all the photos that are in the link, and all they're going to do is tap on download, and then they can download all the files to their computer or their phone, or they can hit select and they can pick certain photos that they would like to have downloaded to their computer or their phone. So this is the easiest way to share either a lot of pictures at one time, or if you have a really large video file, I'm talking a 1 gigabyte video file, maybe you recorded a 10-minute part of a game or for a part of a recital, whatever, you can follow that same process. And I'll show you one more time just in case you missed it. Let's actually take this video right here, hold down this video and make sure it's selected with that check, hit the share button, tap on quick share, and then tap on QR code or link. This gives us the link, and I just closed it. Let's try it again. This gives us a link here. Just tap copy URL, and then you can take that, you can paste that into an email or a text message, send it off, and then someone can now download your 1 gig video file in a couple of minutes. So this is a super great feature that will allow you to just share out your pictures so much easier and your large videos. Now, the very last tip, this comes in your process of trying to organize all your pictures, right? So you're going through your camera, I have a ton of pictures in here. A really great practice is simply hold down on a picture that you like. Let's say I like this picture and this one and this one and this one. Now I'm going to tap on the 3 dots in the bottom right corner and tap add to favorites. So those pictures are going to stay in this album, but I've labeled them with a heart. So also you can see those now have a little heart in the corner. So heart on that one, heart on this one, heart on this one. So now as you scroll through, you can remember, oh yeah, I favorited those pictures. That's one thing. The other thing is in my favorites folder, I have all the pictures that I just hearted. Now my wife often does this. I'll take hundreds of pictures when we go somewhere. I'll give her the phone, she'll scroll through, and then she'll just start favoriting the pictures that she likes, right? And then she'll say, send me all the favorites. I'll come in here and I'll select those 4 pictures, and then I'll simply share it. And then I'll share it to her on WhatsApp, or I'll send her that link so she can download them to her phone. So this is a really easy way to help you with organizing your pictures. And today I want to show you how to install a memory card on your Samsung Galaxy A16, and I want to show you some other really helpful tips as well. So make sure you watch the whole video so you don't miss any important information. I'll be installing this 128 gig Samsung memory card. I'll also be linking some memory cards in the corner of the screen right here, so keep an eye out for those. One thing I want to say before we start is make sure you buy quality memory cards. Do not buy cheap brands, because if you buy a cheap brand, your memory card could work for a few months and all of a sudden it could just die out. So I like to stick to Samsung, SanDisk, PNY. Those are some of the really big names, even Seagate. Try not to buy off-brand memory cards because it can cost you in the future. You never want to lose your information. Okay, on the left side of the phone here, this is where you will be inserting the memory card. Now in the box of your phone, you'll have this little SIM tool. This is used to take out the SIM card tray. Now, if you already threw away the box of your phone and you don't have this, no problem. Simply find a paper clip and just bend it back, and you can use that to pop out your memory card. Now here's the slot right here. I'm just gonna insert it and then give it one good push, and that's gonna pop the tray out just enough for us to take this out. There we go. And then we'll just take the memory card and just pop it right on the slot here. And you want to try your best to pop it into place. It should fit there without you having, like if I turn this tray, it shouldn't fall out. So you want to give it a push so that it's inserted nice and plush. And now we're going to insert it right back into the slot here. And it should go back in just like that. Now, next, let's talk about what it will look like on your screen once the memory card is inserted. We're going to swipe down from the top. And here I have a pop-up that says SD card inserted, so that's a good sign. If I tap on this, I can then tap on open. This will take us to the file manager, and you can look at any files that are currently stored on the memory card. So some of you guys might be taking a memory card from an older phone and putting it into this phone. So this would be an easy way for you to look at your files. Now, here's a really cool trick here. So let's swipe down from the top of the screen, go to your settings wheel in the upper right corner. From here, we're going to swipe up, and we want to go to device care. And then we'll go to storage. And when you go to storage, first it will show you your internal storage, which is all the storage that is built into the phone. Now, if we swipe left, this will show us our memory card, and we can see how much storage we have available to use for pictures, videos, things like that. Now, this memory card I have quite a bit of files on right now, so it shows I already have 55% of the memory card being used, 71 gigs, but I still have, plenty of space for other files. So this is an easy way for you to check to see how much storage is used and how much you have available for your files. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, let's go home. We're going to go to the camera. We want to change our camera settings so every time you take a picture, it automatically saves to the memory card versus your internal storage. You always want to try to keep the internal storage freed up because the phone runs smoother if the internal storage is freed up. If you have too much stuff on the internals, the phone will begin to slow down. So go to the camera. And the first thing you'll see is this pop-up, and it says change storage location to SD card, which is exactly what we want to do. And it's telling you here it's going to change everything except for GIFs and burst shots. So other than that, everything else is going to be saved to memory card. We're going to hit change. And now every time we take a picture, it will save to the memory card. Okay, now let's go to the gallery. We're going to swipe up, go to our gallery. Now pay close attention to the bottom left corner of each of these folders here. So we're in the album tab at the bottom. And I just want you to pay attention to the bottom left corner. Now in this album here, there's nothing in the bottom left corner. But in this one, you can see there's a little picture of a memory card. And that's just letting you know that these are photos that are stored on the memory card. So whenever you see that memory card icon, that's how you know those are stored on the memory card versus the internal storage. Even right here, I have a couple of the albums that are blurred out. But this folder here, memory card. So just wanted you to see that designation so you know that those are all pictures that are being saved on the memory card, not on the internal storage. So you can differentiate. Okay, next I want to show you how to back up all of your data to a memory card. This is a really important thing as well. If we swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel. We're going to swipe all the way up, go to general management. You're going to swipe up and then go to transfer data for a new device setup. And then it will take you to the Samsung Smart Switch app. We're going to hit more, continue, more, allow. Now, here it says transfer data, send, receive. You want to go to the top of the screen and tap on this memory card icon right here. And we're going to back up our data to SD card. Okay. Now this will back up everything on the phone, pictures, videos, call logs, contacts, messages, everything. It'll back it up to the memory card. Now this is a common practice that people like to do to make sure that they save the information, because obviously your phone could get lost tomorrow and then you lose all the data on your phone. Or your phone could get damaged. Different things can happen. So a good practice is to buy a really large memory card, and I'll pop a recommendation right here. If you were to buy like a 512 gig or a 1 terabyte memory card, and basically put that in your phone once a month and do this process, back up all your data to that memory card, and once it's backed up, take it out of the phone and just store it in your home. And if you're doing that consistently, if you ever lose your phone, guess what? All your files are backed up in a hard drive using the memory card. It's backed up, and you can always access that by just putting it into another Samsung phone. The screenshot is super easy. You're simply going to hold down on the power button, and the volume down button for 1 second, and this will trigger a screenshot just like this. So power, volume down. I'm going to press them together and hold them for 1 second and then let go of the button. 1, 2, 3, hold, let it go. You'll see the screen flash. This menu will pop up, and then you tap on that little bubble, and then this will take you to the gallery to be able to edit the photo after. Let's tap on gallery, tap always, and now I can make any edits to the picture I would like. For example, I can crop it by pressing the pencil and drag from the corners. If I want to shrink the photo down a bit, if I tap on this fourth option here, I can access stickers, I can draw on the picture, I can add text. Now play around with these different things. You've got filters and a bunch of other cool things you can do. And when you're all set, simply hit save in the upper right corner to save it to your photo gallery. Okay? Now let me show you that screenshot method one more time. Power, volume down, hold, let it go. There you go. And it'll just pop up just like that. Now, how would I print? Let's say I want to print that screenshot. Well, we're going to swipe up, go to the gallery right here, and find that picture. It's already here, which is great. Go to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots, and go to print. Now, obviously, you're going to need a few more things to make this work. You will need a wireless printer. Now, I am currently using an Epson, the Epson XP4200, and I'll link it on screen right here. This is a very inexpensive printer, and it works great with just about all Android phones. Let me show you how to link that printer with your phone. So up here it says select a printer. Now first, obviously you need to be on Wi-Fi. You need to make sure your printer is set up and you know what network it's on. Once the printer is set up on your network, swipe down from the top of the screen. Make sure your Wi-Fi is turned on. When this is lit up in white, that means that your Wi-Fi is turned on. In the corner, I can see my Wi-Fi symbol, so I know that I'm connected. Next, I want to tap on Select Printer and tap on this little drop down here, and it's going to show my Epson printer is on the network. So I'll tap on Epson XP4200, and then I'm going to tap on this little orange button to basically send it to the printer to print. Now, if you want to make modifications, you can do that by tapping on some of the options here. Tap on the number for copies. 1, you can change this to however many copies you want. You can switch from black and white to color here, double-sided, portrait, to customize it there, and then tap this button to send it right to the printer. All right. Now, that's just how to print a picture. Next, I want to show you how to print an email. So let's go to our Gmail app, and we're going to go to a Gmail, and let's just print one of our emails. So here, I just picked an email at random. Let's say I want to print this email. Go to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots, and come down to print. And here, same thing, select a printer. Usually once you select the printer one time, it will automatically load, but sometimes it won't, and if so, that's no problem. You just simply go up here and select it again, press the orange button, and then it will print off just like that. Now lastly, I want to show you how to print a website. Let's say you're on Chrome, you're on the internet, and you want to print off a news page or something like that. So let's go on our page here. And let's select one of these articles that's right here. Coin breakup allegations. Okay. Go to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots right here. You'll notice, oh, where's our print button? So for Chrome, there's one extra step. You're going to tap on the share button first, and then you'll see the print button right down here. Tap on print, select the printer, Epson. Now I want to point out one more thing. You'll notice this article, if I print it, is 11 pages. Right here it says 1 of 11. Well, you may not want every page. In the bottom right corner of each page, there's a check. You can simply uncheck the pages that you don't want to print. That's an easy way to save yourself on a bit of ink. When you're ready to go ahead and tap on that orange button to send it right to the printer, all right? Today I want to show you what to do if your screen freezes on the Samsung Galaxy A16. There's a simple button combination that you hold that will automatically restart the phone, that will usually fix any glitches with your screen. So let's give it a shot right now. We're going to hold down on the power button and the volume down button until the entire screen goes blank, just like this. Power, volume down, we're going to hold them together. 1, 2, 3, hold. And it will take you to this screen. Continue to hold those two buttons. And after a few seconds, the whole screen will just shut off, just like this. As soon as the screen goes off, basically put the phone down, give it a few seconds, and it will automatically restart itself. For whatever reason, if this phone doesn't come back on right away, no problem. Just simply press the power button for 1 second, and that will turn the phone on. Now, if this does not work and the phone comes back on but your screen is still glitching, you might have a hardware issue. This fix is meant to fix software related glitches or app related glitches. So if your touchscreen is still not working properly, one question I would ask is your screen cracked anywhere around the edge of the screen or in the middle? If the screen is cracked, then you should take your phone to your local cell phone repair shop and have them diagnose it from there. You probably need to have your screen replaced. You can also go to Samsung.com, to connect with their web support, which is free, to talk through some different troubleshooting options for the phone. Today I want to show you how to reset your Samsung Galaxy A16 back to factory settings. The first thing you'll need to do is swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and you're going to tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner. From here we want to go up until we get to accounts and backup. Tap on manage accounts. And you want to delete all your Google accounts off of the phone. Just simply tap on it, hit remove account. If you don't do this, it's going to give you issues when you try to set the phone up again for someone else. So if you're returning this phone to a store or you're selling it to someone, make sure you remove all your Google accounts before you reset, or it will lock the phone up for the next person. Now, I went back one page. From here, we're going to go to reset and then swipe up, and you want to go to factory data reset. And here it's showing you all the data that will be erased with the reset. Tap on reset. Now, it's going to ask you a few extra things to sign out of your Samsung account. Make sure you do that. Now, one important thing, if you haven't backed up your data to a memory card yet, and you need things that are still on the phone, make sure you do that first. If you don't do that, you're going to lose all your data and have no way to recover it. So if you have a memory card, I'm going to link to a video right here. That video will walk you through all the things you need to do to back up your data to a memory card first before you erase the phone. So check that out. It's at the very end of that video, okay? After you've done that and you're ready to erase all the data, hit delete all. At this point, you'll see the phone restart a couple of times, and it's just going to start removing all your data and setting the phone up like a brand new phone. So don't touch it, just leave it alone. And when it's done, it'll pop up and ask you to select the language. If you got value out of this video, make sure you bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.